Oh, you missed! Thanks.
You have been spotted. Op 4 last stop standing. 15 seconds. Op
You're
4
crazy,
eliminated.
Purgy.
Mission successful.
Oh, she's way up. She's
A lot of people always ask why my optic is black. When it was default, I just kept it the color red. I only ever follow the tip of my optic to aim and shoot. I want my enemies to be my line of sight, not my optic color. For me, color is a distraction, and the only thing I want my distraction focused on is the enemies. Not all enemies wear black. Most have color-coded uniforms, so when I'm aiming down my sight while my optic is black and an enemy walks across my line of sight, it's easier to identify that enemy. Never rank again. Ever since I moved over to PC, I made placements once on rank. I decided it just hasn't been my time to shine and I wanted to take my time to learn keybinds and mouse movement. I understand that it doesn't take long to learn mouse and keyboard, but to perfect your aim and movement, it's always going to be a challenge. And I wanted to make sure that I understood the new environment of Siege and understand my new gameplay than walking in blindly while still learning. I do plan on ranking again fairly soon though. Do you miss Ash having an ACOG? The reason being for the ACOG drop was so people would start using the G36C more. Instead of always nerfing the R4C, they should have just kept buffing the G36 until it was enough for the community to balance out both guns. But yes, I do miss the R4C ACOG. Do you think playing controller on Siege PC is weird? No. I started on controller because it was more comfortable for me. I eventually started to alternate between controller and mouse and keyboard to get used to keybinding. If you feel more comfortable on a controller than mouse and keyboard, go back to controller. Do not force yourself to change if you aren't ready or don't want to. How do you aim perfectly? Everyone is different. The way I did it was, I went to T-Hunt before playing an actual game, watch how I aim and where I aim. Secondly, aim head level. And this is the part that's tricky because a lot of people just aim to have a better angle, but it's not always who has the best angle. It's whoever has the time and aim, where you're aiming and how you're controlling the recoil. I also get the question, how do you know where to aim? Visualize where their head may be before they approach. If you hear the enemy running towards you, aim for the head level. If you hear them crouch walking towards you, aim for that crouch headshot level. Sound horn also helps you pre-aim before the enemy gets to you first. This all takes time and patience. You won't get it in one day, but you will see progress for sure. Would you recommend Siege? It's funny because I actually made a review a couple weeks back on Steam about how I feel about Siege. If you guys would like to look at that, make sure to go on Steam and look at the reviews. No, I feel like this game is meant to be played back where it started, so you have a better understanding on why there's so many mixed reviews with this game today. Yes, the community is mostly toxic. Yes, there's so many different advantages. And yes, Ubisoft doesn't know how to fix their own game. But if you look past all of that, this game is not all that bad. If you're looking for something very competitive, compatible, reliability, and very good communication skills, then this game is for you. Who do you main? It's funny when people ask me this because I always look back on who I mained when I used to play on Xbox. Back then, it was Ashe and Ela, now Zofia and Vigil. What's your highest rank? Back on Xbox, Diamond. It's also crazy because I remember that day I got it so vividly. PC, Gold 3 at the moment. But in all honesty, I'm not all that competitive as I used to be. Do you think rank matters? Back then on Xbox, yes. I used to be so serious about what rank I was and cared about other people's ranks as well. Now, no. I don't believe a rank tells you your skill level. It's just an icon that sits next to your name. Siege is supposed to be all about team-based, but at this point, everyone just plays for themselves. Do you think console game style is completely different from PC game style? Yes. PC game style is more competitive, having to be more aware of your surroundings and having to plan out from A to Z in a matter of seconds. It's everything on console, just 3 times more toxic. And the most common question I get all the time, what is your rank? I don't like answering this question, and people think it's because it's triggering when it's really not. I've said this earlier in the video that I'm not competitive as I used to be, and a rank is just an icon that sits next to your name. A rank shouldn't tell you your skill level. Your game style does. Those are all the questions I get asked on stream. Now, will I stop getting asked on stream? Probably not, because this is the Siege community and they like to repeat themselves, but I am going to show you guys my answers by putting some of the clips you've already seen in this video already and make pinpoints and give you a visual understanding on how to get better at the game.
I'm gonna Hiccup, if you'll watch that window, I'm gonna drone in.
Bullseye, I'm coming behind you, but Cav was last seen on the arcade stairs.
He's hugging that wall, goat. The one.
Oh, locker.
That guy right there.
And it's hugging lockers.
I got him.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, you can enter Hiccup. Should be able to.
Oh shit! That's one's in the hallway. Right on my axe.
Op 4
All
neutralized.
right.
He said 3 around the middle and then 2 at the bottom.
Bomb located by Op 4.
Oh shit.
Let's go rivalry. Let's go. 3 points for Curry.
See how weird that fucking game goes.
I'm getting shot at!
Door barricaded.
So don't.
Survey.
That was a beautiful headshot.